The ones that are after me? They know about you, Amy.
They consider me an enemy for my past crimes. Wow, Claude. That's probably because I've actually done horrible things. Like you said before, you are what I've turned you into.
Why did I even answer your call? Every time Williams isn't here, it's you wanting to reach out to me. Our conversations used to be bearable until I figured out your pointless intentions. Now I gotta sit here and listen to you lecture me.
I imagine it's for the same reason you hesitate to cut me off after you answer.
Then you understand that this is bad for business, seeing as time is money, yada yada.
But you know this isn't really a business. That's just what you tell some unknowing member of your livestock that ends up working with you. You know what you really are. A dictator. One that governs from the shadows. Among the infinite plane you've traveled thus far, you manage a region of globekeepers. Your enemies? Those are businessmen. They come after the likes of you through their own volition, because they know that if they don't, you or your peers, superiors, anyone from your organization will come and infest the regions where they take refuge. Just like your livestock, your enemies want to be left alone, but your vices won't allow that. Neither will your superiors. I'm speaking from experience, Claude.
If they consider you an enemy, then what does that make you? You think just because you don't do what I do anymore, you automatically come to some sort of agreement with them?
Well, that's the weird thing. They haven't come after me yet, have they? But they sure seem to be on your ass. If they do come after me, I understand that I have a lot to answer for. Maybe they'll do horrible things to me, but let's not pretend I have a right to forego all that punishment. You and I are human, Claude. So are the ones that are after us. Doesn't matter how old we are, whatever kind of technology is embedded into our flesh. What I did to you in your homeworld, and many other worlds like your own, even my homeworld.
Preaching to me about right or wrong isn't gonna make me give a shit, Amy.
I know, Claude. I'm going to say this in a language that you and I both understand. This perceived status does not, nor has it ever served me. Even trying to match someone else's status never served me back when I was just livestock. But this bullshit that you think is power, it doesn't serve you either. Regardless of right or wrong, the way you're living right now has only ever fucked you up. You know it. I know it. There are infinite continental clusters out there, Claude. Think of all the individuals out there that know what we know, but never lived like we live. There are those of them out there that are even more wealthy than you and I combined could ever be, but their wealth never fucked them up. You know why? Because they live with fucking purpose. Our mistake? You and me? We prioritized pleasure. It made us fucking worthless, Claude.
Those bug-eyed beings that we used to think were from billions of light years away? From beyond the sky and all that bullshit? That's who we learned this shit from. They taught us how they enslave their own kind, so we can do the same thing and generate this wealth for ourselves. This lifestyle for ourselves. That technology for ourselves. So we can then scare the shit out of their own livestock like they do with ours when they fly around the skies of our own societies in their flying saucers. We do the same shit to their slaves to help them maintain a stupid fucking illusion. That way, their elites and our elites can keep negotiating a trade system with each other. We then combine the efforts of their livestock and our own to gather from infinite resources for us.
For fuck's sake, I'm older than you, Claude. That doesn't mean I've forgotten how this works. What's your point?
Point is, the livestock serves their own so-called purpose if we keep them in a scarcity mindset, as we fear-monger them into thinking that those resources are limited. Those poor little fucking morons that think they're saving the world, then vote in policies to fund our bullshit solutions for them, and what do? We just govern a way for them to live with limited use of those resources. We scold them for using the same resources we use more than they do. That's what their purpose is, Amy. That's what your precious purpose looks like.
Oh, is that supposed to stun me? Ask yourself this. People like Sowell and Jesco, your priority problem. Other than the fact that they're potentially getting in your way in a significant manner, what's the real fucking reason you hate them? Don't answer me. Answer yourself in your own fucking head, because I know you're just gonna bullshit me, just to enable your own pathetic way of life. Think about that. Think about that. Besides, you still have to account for the wealthy, non-livestock individuals out there, able to establish an honest living in multi-world regions that are out of your jurisdiction. They still live with purpose too, Claude.
Pickme?
Yeah?
You seem calm. You know, despite the sudden shutdown or whatever they're calling it.
Yeah, I'll admit I didn't expect to feel this way during such an abrupt event, but I'm thankful. After all that's happened strangely, I'm thankful, Trig.
I've got to say, you've become quite the warrior throughout this whole conflict.
Because you're actually a great leader, Trig. Mark my words. And you know, things are dire right now, sure. But the one thing that matters most to me is, you and I are on the same page. I'm just really thankful for that. I'm thankful that despite your internal need to fit in, even after leaving the 444, you chose to walk this path with me. Actually, it doesn't seem like you care to fit in with any crowd that would have kept you distracted anyway. Not anymore.
I guess now that we're forced to be in the dark with all this, it really makes you grateful for what you have, who you have on your side to navigate this with you. But Pickme, even if it was just you, especially after everything we've been through, I think I always would have chosen to walk this path with you, one way or another. There was a time when I didn't want to admit that to myself, because there were certain things I didn't want to let go of. Strangely enough, despite being the outgoing guy I am, part of me didn't want to let go of this idea that I'd end up living life alone anyway. If that makes any sense.
That's horrible, Trigger. I'm sorry you ever felt that way. At least you know now that I'm sticking by your side no matter what. Especially considering all the things we've learned along the way. Everything connected to all this. What society is engineered to be like, why everyone's lives unfold the way they do, and ultimately, why and how all of that is connected to what's happening with us.
That's how you know that what we're fighting for is real, Pickme.
God, it's crazy how everything just kind of brought us to this point. All the stuff happening in the shadows. All the unfortunate events that reality decided to throw at us. I can't imagine going through all this without you at the front seat. Without you. Right here, Trig.
If there's one thing I tell myself a lot about you, it's that there's no one else I'd rather fly that Tomcat with, Pickme. Like I said before, I'd always choose you.
So it's the same thing I sorted out with Mav. You and Pickme are cleared to openly react to what Erusians are saying over comms, Trigger.
Copy that.
I'll get the gist of what they're saying, even though I can't hear them. If the rest of your unit can get used to it, then so can I.
Looks like there's a whole new thing I gotta get used to myself here. Bogeys and general unknowns all around.
Be careful out here, Count.
Lancaster, are all of these really unknowns? It's a state of civil war. The Erusian army is fighting itself. There's no guarantee the Oseans won't shoot us in this confusion.
Okay, no pressure.
We'll image process the unknowns caught in your cams to identify friend or foe.
Boy, this view looks familiar.
The process will be faster if you get a close-up, well-centered image.
Meanwhile, we just run if they shoot us, right?
Affirmative. Always identify your target before you fire.
Yeah, friendlies are friendlies, man.
I can draw their fire if need be.
War is something I'll never get used to. But tonight has been a total shock.
The hell? Is that the news? I'm not hearing it on my end.
Guess we'll get some insight into their energy about all this.
Hope they won't flip too much seeing Ustyan colors up here. Cypher, thanks again for volunteering to sortie with us.
To be fair, it won't be for nothing. This sortie was the original plan. That means if I find what I'm looking for, then I really need to fill you two in on some very important intel after we get back. Don't forget, Trigger.
It's gotta be serious if Ustyo just decided that we need to know too.
Yeah, that should have been established already.
Clear the ruins are ideals. What point is there in living? It's best that you leave this country.
I bet it's all connected to that damn emblem.
I am so thankful for how smart you two are.
Entering the Anchorhead Bay Area. Buildings will block your line of sight. Make sure to keep track of your objective.
How this war ends depends on this mission. I'm counting on you.
Roger that.
Understood.
GOM 1, copy.
So you were the ones on the radio. We don't know our location. Give us orders.
We have no orders, but we do have ID data. Check your TAC terminal.
Roger that.
Strider Squadron, identify the unknowns along the route.
Relayed to you, Lancaster.
It's Erusian.
They aren't responding aggressively.
Must be the less derpy side.
General, if you're conservatives, they'll listen to us. The negotiations were a success, Lancaster. They've opened up a path for us.
The more the merrier.
Oh wow, I wonder how ENN or even OBC is gonna spin that one.
Probably gonna call them pro-Osean fascists or some shit.
Yeah, I guess they have internalized Osean nationalism all of a sudden.
Take out those allied planes behind us.
We can't see the tops of the roofs from down here. Be on the lookout for enemy ambushes.
Soul Squad still has a lot to answer for, though. Don't worry. You'll get your chance. I'll make sure of it.
Of course, we all know who's gonna want to watch it happen, too.
Got a bogey merging with you, Hujin. Get an ID.
All right.
Lancaster! We're taking fire from the vehicles ahead!
They're ID'd, Longcaster. Can you hail them?
Attention, Ocean forces. Your target is carrying a peace envoy.
Hold your fire! I repeat, hold your fire!
Damn fine work, Cypher. You move fast. I'll admit, I'm showing off a little. I mean, hey, it works. It definitely works.
What a time to be alive.
Because that kind of legend never dies. New ID data incoming, Longcaster. Stand by.
It's a Russian military.
Shit, this area is swarming with bogeys. Well, God help them if they get on your bad side. Oh boy. Do you and the rest of the group come up with a list of Cypher facts?
Shit, how does he know about that?
Everyone's been repeating the one about him banging Belkin witches.
It is not machines that make the decisions in war. It's people. Understand that.
I've just got this weird feeling that's way more true than he knows.
Wait. The General managed to convince them.
Listen, those that protect General Labarth are the real patriots. Onward!
Guess we're the real patriots then.
What? We're taking fire from our own allies. Is this place under the rebellion too?
What a shit show.
There's a vehicle up ahead. Think it's gonna ask us to pay a toll? Get closer and find out if it's an enemy vehicle.
Wilco, let's go.
We archived all the footage that we've shot for when the communication networks come back online. There's a vehicle blocking the road.
Strider 1 inbound.
No response to hails. It's the radicals.
There's no such thing as a clean war.
No such thing as a clean war. But hey, we're the bad guys because of the few casualties that happened. They'd inflate those numbers, though. I should know.
Signs of the clean warfare at the beginning of this war are now gone.
Knocked a majority of them out, Trig. We gotta swing her back around for another run, though.
Roger that, Pickme Pie. Fox 2.
It's no good. There's still a car on the road. Just to be safe, we'd better avoid the highway and head for the warehouse district. Lancaster, we're taking a detour. Don't lose us.
Strider 1, the General's route has changed. Keep your eyes on his vehicle. Don't let him out of your sight.
Wilco, maintaining visual. I've got your 6, Strider 1.
Here comes a traitor, Labarth.
Man, they'd hate Levine then.
This is a wide net they've cast. They really don't want the war to end, do they? Labarth's in that vehicle!
Strider 1 defending.
Set up in all the right places. Got a visual.
Getting you locked on.
Fox 2.
I actually hope Levine is doing alright out there.
Yeah, it's hard to stay mad at her after learning what happened.
We have some enemies coming up behind us. They're gaining on us.
We're tracking them. Keep that foot on the gas.
Keep bringing them down. We changed our route, but the enemy's still on us.
Cease fire! Cease fire! We're on your side, you idiot!
No idea who those guys are.
Let's see if I can ID those ships.
Yeah, I'm swinging her back around then.
TV's up. They're in frame.
Locked on.
Alright, they're hostiles. Roger that. Let's light them up.
Which faction is the head of our organization? We need to know at once.
Sheesh, these Rusies are losing their damn minds. Completely lost in the sauce.
You'll learn after sortie. There's a lot more to it than what the news will say about the Civil War. We never trust the official story anymore.
Strider 1, locked on target.
Fox 2, Fox 2.
Strider 1, missile launched.
Put out your smokes. 3-strike punch.
Green boxes, Trig. We're cleared for the kill.
Wilco, hang tight. Fox 2. Fox 2.
Target destroyed.
Ready for more, Trig.
That's clear. Let's ID these bogeys, Strider team. I'm in visual range, Strider 1. Got you covered.
You guys have opened the draw out the war, leading our country even further into ruin.
Things are getting awfully political out here. He's about to dump the nose.
I see him rolling. Canopy to the right.
Yep, 2 o'clock. 3 o'clock low.
Behind target, attacking.
He's cutting the throttles.
Fox 2.
I think his tail is fucked.
Optimal range for a Fox 2 solution, Trig.
Wilco firing.
Sick. Good kill.
I think you just made 2 bogeys bug out.
Yeah, I saw at least one fast mover book it. Thought I spotted a gunship just a second ago, though.
Got eyes on him.
This is a message to all of you fighting out there. Ask yourselves, what is best for our country?
How about getting rid of legacy news? That could be a good start. Let me guess. They're talking about fixing their country or something.
Shit, that's pretty good.
ID'd Bandit. Fox 2.
Hostile has a lock. I've lost control. shoot down any aircraft that approach us. What are you thinking?
Did they just change their route again?
We're heading towards Grunder Park. Rendezvous point is a helipad on this man-made island. We'll ditch the car and take the helicopter from there.
Wilco.
We all out of unknowns? Any more bogeys, Cypher?
Currently no joy, Strider 1.
Your delusions of fighting with drones is what got us into this mess.
Possible contact. I'm inbound for ID.
We got bogeys above the circle ramp, Trig.
I have visual on ground units.
Well, those fuckers don't look suspicious at all.
That's a pretty suicidal flex they're pulling.
An unknown is blocking our scheduled route.
No response. Got a bad feeling.
I too can see into the present.
Trigger.
Missile away.
Well, they sound pretty responsive to me. We gotta stay on those ground tangos.
Strider 3, missile in the air! Evade!
I think Strider team can clear the route. You got the bogeys, Golem 1? You're too kind, sir, spoiling me like that.
It's always the good ones that love air-to-air just as much as we do.
Can't help myself.
Captain Carl, do you have the means to record this conversation? I wish to explain to you the situation inside Erusia. I'm sure the boys listening upstairs will record it.
Straight to my black box.
The open declaration of war, expanding the front lines, was all the work of some young Erusian officers. They were referred to as the Radicals, but there was an unseen force guiding them. It was technology they borrowed from the Belkans.
But of course.
When they actually went to war, the performance of the attack drones exceeded their wildest dreams. And they were incredibly clean, which got public opinion and the opportunists within the military on their side. They even manipulated the princess.
That was inevitable.
The Belkan technology advanced UAV research within the Erusian Flight Test Center by at least 10 years. They used the flight data from a former ace pilot to create drone AI, but
Almost.
to us it's no different than magic or alchemy. Airplanes are meant to be flown by human beings. To those of you listening in, am I wrong?
Well, there's actually a lot more to this than even spies from either side could ever know. You're in the ballpark.
Good lord, you know even more than he does?
It's also thanks to an old buddy of mine.
There's more to Belkan technology than just UAVs. Thinking IFF designations for one was an astonishing feat.
Here's where you two are involved.
They used it to make drones that resembled Osean fighters. And then to assassinate Harling and put the blame on enemy fighters. But in the end, Belkan technology only brought chaos to the world.
That's just the tip of it all.
I can't believe Erusia is responsible for Harling's assassination.
Fox 2.
You talking politics? That's new.
Can't ignore a story like that, right, Trigger?
A little late for that, but yeah. At least we're scratching the surface, but this goes way deeper than Belkans.
I can't see it ending there.
The network of information is limited, and it's all because people like you and Trigger are learning too much. The whole war strategy narrative is a cover-up. They did this so we'd stop digging past the Belkan involvement. Exactly.
Bad news. Hostile armored forces outside of the tunnel. I'm thinking that we should go say hi before they ruin the General's day.
Wilco, Strider 1, inbound.
Goddamn civil war.
This is Golem 1. I've got visual on those hostiles.
Those unknowns are all over our friendlies like the journalist on Mead.
We're firewalled over to you, Golem 1. Shit, I got naval units chucking missiles at me. They're drawing me away from the contact point.
Taking fire from a friendly drone.
We can smoke them on the way and flip a bitch. We still need a better angle at the freeway past that stupid hill anyway.
Target eliminated.
There we go. Now we can get the nose on them.
That's fucking intentional. Look at that.
Yeah, there's no fucking way those are friendlies. Damn it, smoke in the air.
The General's a real celebrity. Seems everyone wants to meet him.
Especially the ones that have known him his whole life.
We're taking heavy fire. Concentrate your fire on the combat vehicle.
Strider 1 bringing the rain.
If a drone is acting suspiciously, shoot it down.
I'm seeing hostiles smoked. Sit rep.
We were nearly done for. I couldn't have asked for better timing.
Copy that. All right, they're Oscar Mike. I'm trekking ahead, providing frontal security. Wilco, Golem 1, providing the rest of the aerial perimeter.
Glad we waited. Don't worry, we won't let anybody through after you. Those guys shooting up there, aren't they?
Almost at the rendezvous. Leave the rear to the others.
Clear, form up, Strider.
Understood.
Something else should be coming.
The Radicals truly believe boosting drone productions will make up for our losses. They should be taking responsibility for the capital's fall, but instead they're prolonging the war. That is why proper conservatives like myself are moving to regain control. If all goes well, we should be able to sign a truce with Osea quickly.
Gotta do more than that.
How'd you at last, Longcaster? We've been briefed and we're here to help. Quiet lock on bandit. Firing.
We've reached the rendezvous point. And there's the chopper, too.
Pickme, keep your eyes on picture. This isn't over.
Yeah, I'm feeling the chill. You feeling it, Trig?
It's definitely there.
Who do we turn to in this darkest hour? We need a beacon of light to show us the way.
Damn Rusies with their fucking poetry corner.
This is the Erusian News Network.
Beacon of light. Peak journalism, you guys.
That's gotta be ENN.
Okay, let's go. Getting out of here. I've had just about enough of this place.
No arguments there.
I'd like to offer my thanks to the LRSSG. This should finally bring about a true end to the war.
So fuck me, right?
Understood. Good luck.
Knew it. Strider 1, look.
Heads up, Lancaster. More bogeys on picture.
Multiple unidentified aircraft approaching.
This plane is carrying civilians.
Roger. We have a visual on your element.
We have escort fighters, but we do not intend to engage in combat. Please stand down.
We copy, non-hostile. Strider 1 to Lancaster, please advise.
What's going on?
Try to get a little closer. Weapon use is prohibited.
We're moving in for ID range.
What's going on? Dr. Schroeder!
No hostile intent.
Whoa. There's a girl on board?
He's not lying about carrying civilians.
No. Unless she's a soldier.
Can you try to state things that are less obvious? Thanks.
Cypher, you with me on this?
You should probably hang back a bit. If need be, I can take the fall even though we're all weapons tight. I'm already closing in on their element.
You sure, man?
I got Ustian colors, sure. But that mad dog on my tail has more stage presence. Even my client understands this. They even understand your importance, you and Pickme.
We've checked footage. It does seem to be a transport with escorts.
I repeat, this craft is carrying civilians. We are not here to fight.
Understood, you're in the clear.
Dr. Schroeder, tell me what's happening.
I'm sure I don't need to remind you, but do not attack the civilian liaison.
No hostile intent. You're cleared through this airspace.
That's the aircraft my grandfather told me about. The one with the scratches.
Hell of a bird watcher for a grandpa.
There it is. The EASA liaison plane. They're responsible for leading the military down the wrong path.
Shit, Cypher, they've got incoming!
Hey, what in the sideways fuck?
Wait. Unknown's attacking the girl's plane.
Elma, hold on tight.
Lancaster, permission to engage.
Negative.
What?
They could be Osean fighters. ID them ASAP.
Shit.
That's all we can do.
Well, did anyone else hear their comms?
I actually did. Which is really not adding up.
Their liveries sure as shit don't look Osean.
ID complete. They're Erusian fighters. What the hell is going on?
Stay sharp.
Uh-huh.
Right. I'm shooting him down. Any complaints?
GOM 1 to Lancaster, permission to go ape shit.
Granted.
Weapons free!
Wilco.
Wilco.
Inbound. Breaking.
Target hit.
How dare you interfere? I'm here to deal with that traitor.
You're acting just like those dumb fuck radicals, you fucking Rusi!
Well, you remember how radicals are able to spoof IFFs? Something to think about.
You don't think it's those Ocean big shots, do you? I managed to catch a glimpse of the three strikes.
And they just have to be open channel, right?
Interesting.
Aim carefully.
Enemy
Mine.
missile detected. Evading.
No good. Shit.
Niner high, Trig!
That motherfucker.
Bandit acquired.
His Rusi ass doesn't belong up there.
Who the fuck does he think he is getting vertical on us?
They're in my way.
Take that shit away from that roozy little bitch, Trigger.
Let's put him in his fucking place.
Enemy has a lock on me.
That's right. Vertical is our fucking domain, motherfucker.
This is Refill 8. I'm taking fire.
Shack on that bandit.
Bandit destroyed. Well done.
God, you two really love your Tomcat, don't you?
We gotta establish dominance, bro.
It's what the Tomcat is good for. Death from above.
All right. Calm down with all that. You're gonna make me fucking laugh and shit.
That's just the charismatic Tomcat swagger, dude.
Guns kill. Love me a good old-fashioned guns kill.
3 more bandits on picture, I think. One just headed outer picture.
Well, I'm seeing 2 bandits.
You guys are used to doing most of the work on these sorties, aren't you?
What do you mean?
When each war has everyone and their mother talking about one plane, that's usually the plane doing most of the work.
Weird. We notice that, but almost never talk about it.
That's always like way in the back of my mind.
Good work. All hostile aircraft eliminated. The liaison is safe.
Solid copy.
Wait.
Shit.
The escort fighter is... The drive. They're missing the drive.
What the hell? You gotta be kidding me. Liaison escort has a radar lock. They're targeting you guys.
What the hell? We were just helping them.
Erusian aircraft, this is AWACS Lancaster. Do not engage the liaison. Break off now.
Man, that's fucked up.
Can you hear me on this channel, Ocean craft? Those escort aircraft are drones. They are currently being operated autonomously.
Actually.
They are not being controlled by anyone. They are flying on their own volition.
Yep, he's in the dark.
What?
About what?
In that case, we have no choice but to shoot the aircraft down.
Unfortunately, yes.
You'll get answers when we land, Trigger.
We did what we could. Weapons free. You are cleared to attack the escort.
Light 'em up, Strider team.
Wilco. Understood.
Wilco.
Scrap him, Trig.
Can't abort the MQ-99 launch! Our commands are overridden! They must be accessing it remotely.
Let me lob a phoenix at him.
All yours, Pickme Pie.
Hey, it's not our fault they won't listen to reason. Why build something like that? Whoever did is the king of all dumbasses.
Strata 1, target acquired.
To build something else entirely.
Yeah, but with ancient instructions.
Oh, what?
Additional hostiles inbound. Great timing.
Damn it!
Son of a bitch.
That can't be coincidence.
It's a shadow organization.
No. The escort must have used its remote activation rights to gain more allies. Clever.
Nope. Trigger actually hit the nail on the head with this one. I'm impressed. Wait, you're serious? You're thinking you made a wild guess, but you're just recognizing the patterns, Trigger. I'm dead serious.
5 bandits remaining.
I told you, you're a genius, Trigger.
I still just...
Damn it. They don't have the drive they need.
She's not just complimenting you, Trigger.
4 bandits left.
It's not enough to be fully functional.
Missile away.
There has to be a time when it should not function.
Gee, it's almost like it was all coordinated.
3 bandits to go.
They have a specific target.
If they were after us in Waiapolo, they're after us here.
Exactly. Same directives. This time in the cover of darkness. While the satellites are down, and I doubt they intend to leave witnesses. Which means those civilians are in worse danger if we all go down.
Well, doesn't sound like they thought this through then.
Any war against people like us, that's always gonna be a mistake.
Show them what you got.
See? Even Lunchcaster knows. Those sandwiches must be motivating.
Lavroom.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Seriously? Serpentine maneuvers?
I think he's about to dive.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
Yep, there he goes.
He's gonna try and turn the tables with our vertical advantage.
I'm taking the shot. Strider 1, Fox 2.
Strata 1, missile launched. 1 bandit to go.
He's on our 6, nose to our left.
Damn it, come on, Wind, cooperate with me.
Almost on our 12.
I've got tone, firing.
Strider 1, that's what I like to see. Another story to tell my boy.
Jaeger, you ever thought of just writing a whole book? I know a way to get it published.
Understood. All hostiles have been eliminated. Nice. The General's helicopter is flying safely outside Anchorhead Bay. All aircraft, RTB, mission complete.
All hostiles, huh?
Good. Yes, see now you're getting it, Count. Unfortunately, we can only do so much though, but at least you're leaving the slumber party.
Yeah, he's been coming around.
Pickme and I decided that he's got heart. He's definitely got heart. It's the balance of everything. It always comes back. No matter what, people are always going to become fed up with the lies.
General, the Ocean aircraft is here to pick us up. The approaching Ocean aircraft.
Losing his army? Elaborate. They stole our sealed orders. It should be a piece of cake.
Are you sent by the General Staff Office? No, we'd like you to send... I can't!
There are 3 scratches.
What does that mean?
The tail of that plane.
The hell?
Don't worry, it isn't broken.
There, I restarted it.
Just as long as we all agree, I didn't touch the damn thing.
All right. First, I want to establish this wasn't all for nothing. Before he died, Labarth confirmed a lot of important info that needed to be confirmed.
Yeah, Lunar told me about Labarth getting whacked. Some Ocean did it, which I'm totally sure is the real story.
Bingo. There's someone that needs Ruzies at each other's throats. This someone needs Oceans to be the bad guys. That someone is our main topic. Remember this emblem on a certain folder? Clemens?
Oh yeah, I remember that stupid accordion-looking thing. So, that's the organization that's after us?
Huh. That kinda does look like an accordion. Anyway, yeah, these guys. They may not be on your military's hit list, but they definitely should be.
I suppose we can only take on so many conflicts at a time. I can take it up with the chain of command, but I doubt our focus will stray too far from Erusian forces.
Oh, don't get me wrong. That's also where your focus should be. Until Erusia stops wearing their own rectums like necklaces. There's no way we can bring everyone to target these guys with the extreme prejudice they deserve. But we need to take these guys seriously enough to let them know they're next.
I can already hear it now. They'll say it's just an emblem that doesn't mean anything. An organization that doesn't exist. The fight we have to engage in for the time being is proving that these guys are real.
You hear that, Trigger and Pickme? That's why I miss working with this guy. He's still got it, as sharp as my old combat knife.
So about what that guy in the transport aircraft said, he's in the dark? How can he not know about the accordion cronies?
Psh, accordion cronies.
Helios Hive. That's the intel that Ustian Special Forces gathered about what these guys are called. It isn't fully confirmed yet, but to answer your question, I'm starting to think Grunder Industries doesn't just work for Osea or Erusia. And if the Belkans are involved, which, let's face it, they are, they're just pawns too. This tech, whatever we think is automated, it isn't all completely automated. You and Pickme are picking up on this now. Grunder just builds these things, but with the tech and the know-how of very specific instructions that may seem within protocol to the industry. They just build them how Helios Hive needs them to be built. But those fuckers are in control.
So, Helios Hive, huh? That sure lines up with phrases like Helios Missile.
They probably just let that slide. Like, oh, you want to name a weapon after us? Fine, but we don't exist, and no one can prove we do. You know, that sort of thing.
Again, I just want to say this is too kind of you grabbing dinner for me like this.
I mean, you already seem to be in a better mood this week. I figured I'd just amplify that with a treat.
Everyone's been a big help. Especially Maverick. He gets it. He understands my point of view on loss and the self-blame that comes with it. And that this kind of pain doesn't go away overnight.
Bristow, I can tell you really want to get back out there.
I do. Yeah, I really love these guys. Trigger, Pickme, Cypher, just everyone. More than anything, I'm honored to even have been out there in the first place. At the very least, fighting alongside Trigger and Pickme, and I sure got a fat wallet out of just that one sortie.
You've got a good head on your shoulders, Bloodbolt. So the good news is, you're needed. Everyone is, with this crazy satellite shit going down. But not only does our unofficial coalition need all of you guys out and about kicking ass on the same day, they need everyone's focus on the next operation. This time, you all fly together.
You know, Maverick convinced me to reach out to Alice when I can. I guess you can say that's kind of when things hit me. Let me first say that I miss her too. Especially with me and her being the only survivors. It's just, the ones that are no longer with us are remembered in a different way. A very special way. She's special to me too, but, you know, when you think about someone that's still alive, it's like, well, I wonder how they're holding up, rather than how great they were when they lived. It gave me a new perspective on the living, I guess. Really made me think.
Trigger, to me, is like an icon, much like Cypher. Maverick, even though he's apparently from a different world, he's got that aura about him too. I get that same feeling from you, Bloodbolt. Everything you say, everything you do, it's worth remembering. You have purpose. Mark my words, you really have purpose, and I'm honored to know you.
That's really sweet of you, Lunar. You know what? One thing I'll never take for granted is a family like this. You're all amazing, and I'll never forget any of you. Whatever hand I'm dealt, all I can do is live the best I can. So I'm ready. I'm ready to get back out there.